Hello my dear students, welcome back to economics class. In this class we are going to studying the law of demand. Okay, now let's see the definition of the law of demand. Okay, listen here very carefully. The law of demand states that other things remaining constant, when the price of a good decreases, the demand for it increases. Okay, what this law will states us here means when the price of a good decreases, the demand for it increases, and when the price increases, the demand for that good will decreases. Okay, means when the price of one commodity will decreases, then automatically the demand for that commodity will increase. Okay, and when the price of a good increases, the demand for that good will decreases. This is the law of demand. Okay, here other things refers to price of related goods, income of a consumer, and his taste and preferences. Okay, in the previous class I have told you these are the determinants of demand. Here there are four determinants of demand: the price of a good, the price of related good, and the income of a consumer, and the taste and preferences of a consumer. Okay, see here the law of demand states that when the price of a good increases, right, when the price of a good increases, then automatically the demand for that good will decreases, and when the price decreases, then the demand will increase. Okay, this is what the law of demand. And other things means here other three remaining determinants, those are the price of related good, the income of a consumer, and his taste and preferences are remains constant, and here only the price of that particular good is increasing and decreasing. Okay, this is what the law of demand. Okay, now let's see the linear demand curve. Okay, this curve will explain you the linear demand curve or the law of demand. Okay, this will shows you when the price increases, then the demand will decrease, and when the price decrease, demand will increase. This is the downward sloping curve from left to right. Okay, means on the OI axis it shows what? The price, and on the OX axis it shows the quantity demanded by a consumer. Okay, this is all about what here the law of demand. Okay, now listen here, already in the last class we have studied the relationship between the price and demand while studying what here? The demand function. And now in this class we will see the relationship between income and demand of a consumer. Okay, in this class now next we will study what? The relationship between income and demand. Okay, means as the consumer's income increases, then it will affect or not the demand for a good of a consumer. Okay, it will affect directly or not the demand of a consumer, and the demand of a consumer will differ according to the nature of a good. Okay, it will change, the demand will change according to the nature of a good. Here there are four kinds of goods, in that the first one is normal goods, then the inferior goods, next complementary goods, and substitute goods. Okay, here there are four kinds of goods. Now we will study the next one, that is normal goods and inferior goods. Okay, let's take the first one, that is normal good. Now let's see the meaning of normal good. If the quantity that a consumer demands increases as the consumer's income increases, here we are studying the relationship between income and demand of a consumer. right? Now listen here, what is the meaning of normal good here? If the quantity that a consumer demands increases, means here demand will increases when as a consumer's income increases. As a consumer's income increases, here demand will also increases. Okay, and the consumer's income decreases, means when the consumer's income decreases, demand will also decreases. Okay, here demand decreases when the income decreases. Okay, this is what the normal goods. Such goods are called what here? Normal goods. Okay, when income increases, demand will also increases. Okay, when income of a consumer decreases, then demand for goods will decreases. Okay, this is such goods are called what here? Normal goods. Okay, here there is a direct relationship between demand and income. Okay, for normal goods there is a direct relationship between demand and income. Okay, now let's see some examples for the normal goods. Most of the daily use goods, okay, are what here? The normal goods, like vegetables, fruits, clothes, etc. Okay, these are what? The vegetables, fruits and clothes. These are called normal goods, because when the consumer's income increases, then demand for these goods will also increases. Okay, and when the consumer's income decreases, the demand for these goods will also decreases. Okay, this is all about what here? The normal goods. Now let's talk about the second kind of good, that is inferior goods. Right? Now let's see the meaning of inferior good. If the quantity that a consumer demands increases as a consumer's income decreases, okay, it is just opposite of the normal good. Okay, see here, if the quantity that a consumer demands increases as a consumer's income decreases, and the demand will decreases as the consumer's income increases. Okay, this is opposite of inferior good, is just opposite of the normal goods. Here demand will increases when the income decreases, right, and demand will decreases when income increases. Okay, these are what? Such goods are called the normal, such goods are called the inferior goods. Okay, right, listen here, once again read carefully the meaning of inferior good. Okay, if the quantity that a consumer demands increases, means when income of a consumer decreases, demand for inferior good will increases. Right? When the consumer's income increases, then the demand for inferior goods will decreases. Okay, this is the opposite relationship between, or the inverse relationship between demand and income. Here there is an inverse relationship between demand and income. Inverse means here opposite. Okay, see here, demand and incomes are going in opposite direction. For what? For inferior goods. And go for the normal goods. Here the demand as well as the income are going what? In the same direction. Okay, that is why they have the positive relationship between demand and income. Okay, this is what here? The normal good. Now let's see some example for the inferior goods. Here there are some examples for inferior good, like pearl millet, finger millet and foxtail millet. Okay, these are what? Pearl millet, finger millet and foxtail millet. Okay, these are the best examples for inferior goods. Means when the consumer's income will decreases, then the demand for these goods will increases because these are very cheap. Okay, that is why the demand for these goods are increases, and when the consumers goods will increases, then the demand for these goods will decreases. Okay, now let's see the difference between normal and inferior goods. Okay, this is very important for your examinations. Okay, now let's see the difference between normal goods and inferior goods. This chart will shows you the difference between normal goods and inferior goods. Here the first column is the basis of difference, and the second column is the normal goods, and the third one is that is inferior goods. Now let's see first point of the basis of difference, that is the meaning itself of meaning of what here, the normal goods and inferior goods. Here let's see the first difference. Normal goods refers to those goods whose demand increases with increase in income, right? Is it right? Here when the demand for normal goods will increases with increase in the income, this is what the normal goods. Then what is the meaning of inferior good? The demand for these goods will increases as the income of a consumer will decreases. Okay, means the inferior goods refers to those goods those demand decreases with increase in the income, opposite of the normal good. Okay, this is very important difference between normal goods and inferior goods. Now let's see the second point here, income effect. Okay, this is the second base of difference, that is the income effect. Income effect is positive in case of normal goods. Okay, income effect is positive in case of normal goods, right? And what is the income effect under inferior good here? Income effect is negative in case of inferior good because their demand and income will go in opposite direction. That is why the income effect is negative in case of inferior good, right? Now let's see the third point, that is relation. Okay, what is the relation between demand and income under normal good? Which relation it will shows? Okay, let's see here. There is a direct relation between income and demand for a normal good. There is a direct relationship between income and demand for a normal good. And for inferior good, there is an inverse relation between income and demand for inferior goods. Okay, there is an inverse relationship between what here? Income and demand. Means there is an opposite relationship between income and demand. Now let's see the fourth point, that is the example for the normal goods. Okay, already I given the example for normal goods like vegetables, clothes, fruits, and here one more example, full cream milk is a normal good. It means its demand increases with an increase in income. Okay, now the example for inferior good already I given, that is foxtail millet, finger millet and pearl millet, and again one more example, that is stoned milk is an inferior good. Its demand decreases with an increase in income. Okay, these are some important difference between normal goods and inferior goods. Okay, here I will give you one important means the necessary goods, important meaning of the necessary goods. Okay, necessary goods means what? Okay, see here, necessary goods refers to those goods for which there is no change in demand with a change in the income of a consumer. Okay, now we talk about the normal goods and also the inferior goods, but here there are some kinds of goods which are very essential for a human being. Okay, means the demand for such goods will not affect with change in the income of a consumer. Okay, means the demand will not affect with the income or the prices of those goods. Okay, because those are very essential or very necessary for the living of a human being. Okay, listen here. For example, salt, wheat flour, medicines are very essential for a human being. Okay, that is why the income of a consumer will not affect the demand for these kinds of goods. Right? See here, these goods are essential for the human beings or the human existence, and therefore they occupy a higher place in the consumers in order of a preference. Okay, means they are very essential for the human beings. That is why the income of a consumer will not affect the demand for such kinds of goods. Okay, this is all about what here the normal goods and inferior goods. And now in the next class we will talk about the substitute goods and complementary goods. Okay, thank you.